What's your Auburn experience been like so far?
Honestly, it's been good. You know, I don't think nobody really noticed, but this is my dream school, like growing up in high school and stuff like that. I always wanted to come to Auburn. I just didn't have the offer back then, but I'm here now, so that's that matters.
Why was that the case back in the day?
Say that again.
Why was that the case for you back in the day?
I feel like me going through my junior year, I didn't play. I got hurt and stuff. I feel like that was kind of the reason why I lost some of my opportunities and stuff like that. So I just feel like I missed out on.
Oh, why did you grow up like in Auburn, or what was it about him?
Montravius Adams.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he's from my area. Like, I grew up watching him and stuff like that. He was always an idol to me, you know. So just like the way how he played and how he goes about his life and stuff like that. So
He was here the other day, wasn't he?
yep, we hung out.
Where?
You know, watching him, and then of course Big Cat Bryant. Me and Big Cat grew up together, played in middle school, high school together. So I looked up to them guys.
You started in Minnesota, right?
Started in Minnesota.
And did you and Gage play together?
Yes, man. Me and Gage played together in Minnesota for 3 years. I was there for 4, but he was there for 3.
And so whenever you guys both end up at Auburn at the same time, is that a coincidence? You guys talk about that at all?
Sometimes. You know, it's good to link up with somebody who I used to play with at Minnesota, but it's always a good time to be here and have somebody who I already knew. So it's definitely been.
Is it Minnesota cold? When I went up there, it was really cold, bro. I didn't want to go back.
I don't know how people stay up there.
For real.
It's good in the summer though, but when it's cold, it's cold. You
Yeah.
stay cold for a very long time.
Not the case down here.
Nah,
No, it's
it's
good.
been kind of cold here too though.
Hold on now. 65 ain't too
I
bad.
have to put on a hoodie every time I go outside. So,
That's the threshold. Huh?
yeah,
Okay, I got you.
definitely got to throw a hoodie on every day. You never know what you're gonna get. It might be cold or it might be hot. Just got to be prepared.
What have your early impressions been of Bontrell? Obviously a new guy kind of taking on an assistant coaching job for the first time.
For me, you know, I've had a new defensive line coach every single year that I've been in college football. And I feel like one of the things with Montrell, it was easy for me to trust him. Like, he was a real genuine person along with Coach G, who was already here. He's just a real genuine person up front. He, you know, communicated to me about how he can make me better as a person and also as a football player. So back in my older days, it was kind of hard for me to trust coaches, but now I'm an older player and stuff like that, so it was very easy for me to trust him with my last year of football. So.
When you decided to come here, you knew that Auburn needed help on the D-line. How do you feel like you're fitting in so far?
Pretty well. You know, being an older guy, being one of the most experienced guys on the defensive line, I feel like I've been fitting in pretty well, you know, teaching the young guys, you know, small things. Also, having the young guys teach me stuff, because that's what it's all about, you know. Just because you're an older guy doesn't mean you know everything. You know, the younger guys, they have a voice as well, so something I really appreciate.
Talk about the guys in the room. I mean, go ahead. What you've seen, who's impressed you?
I really like Malik and D. Reed. I love Malik and D. Reed. They're young guys. The reason I like Malik so much is because as a younger player, you don't really understand football. You don't understand the formations and stuff like that, where the running back is a line, the tight end, and all that type of stuff. And as a young player, he gets it. Now, he might mess up every now and then, you know. I still mess up, but he gets it, he understands it. And of course, his older brother, he was brought up by him too, so of course he gonna know a little football when he first come in. I just like D. Reed because he reminds me of one of my older teammates back in Minnesota. Like, he just loves the game of football. He's very talented as well. He's probably feel like he's gonna be one of the best defensive tackles in these upcoming years, him and Malik for sure.
I know you weren't here last year, but some of the coaches I think mentioned that he has made a big change in just his attitude and his work ethic and stuff.
Yeah.
Have you seen that out there from him?
Certainly, especially when I was getting recruited. Like, he was one of the names that was brought up, and it was like, I kind of see he's changed a little bit. You know, he opens up more. He listens. Like he listens to everybody who tells him anything. You know, that's what I feel like was gonna shape his career.
You mentioned that you didn't trust coaches early on. Did you see a little bit of him and you somewhat?
It's hard to tell.
Yeah.
It's hard to tell right now.
When
My
you-
younger days was in Minnesota. It was good days, but it was also bad days as well, especially with all the coaching changes and stuff like that. I hope he don't have to experience that, but you never know in today's college football, NFL too. It's all the same.
Did it make it worse in Minnesota? You're so far from home and so out of your element.
It was just a big culture change.
All right.
I was a down South Georgia boy.
Yeah.
Don't really know nobody.
Yeah.
You know, I had a very like Southern accent at first when I first went to Minnesota, and it was just hard for me to kind of adapt and stuff like that. But I had a good experience there.
You play mainly nose here?
Nose, I play a little tackle as well.
Okay.
You know, I prefer to play both because I feel like that makes you more valuable. But I play nose and 3 tech as well.
What is sort of your strength, you feel like, as a defensive lineman?
My explosiveness, my quickness off the ball, me being a smaller defensive tackle, I feel like I have to have my first step in the ground before the offensive line has his first step in the ground. And of course, I'm not really super weight room strong, but I have on-field strength. You know, I probably don't have the numbers in the weight room. I'm strong, don't get me wrong. I'm strong.
Down home,
Like,
South Georgia strong, right?
yeah, I'm
Yes.
strong, but when I get on that field, like I'm 6 foot, like I can hold my own, most definitely.
What can you tell us about Gage as a player? Being with him before.
He's changed ever since I met him because at first at Minnesota he played defensive end, so he really wasn't around like that. And just seeing how he always wanted to play defensive tackle, but he didn't really get the chance at Minnesota. So watching him play at Kansas and just watching how much his hunger for the game has changed, like he's taking his game serious now. So I really respect that from him.
What are your thoughts here early on Coach Steffen's defense?
I like how we can do 4 down front and we can do 3 down front, because that's what we did at Texas. I really like it. You know, I can go from I can play the 0, or I can play a 2-eye, play a 3 technique. I just like those, like certain things of it. And it allows the defensive line to make plays. It's just not really just on one person to make all the plays. Everybody has the chances to make the plays.